Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam. Welcome everyone to Vani Amritvani program. Today, Her Grace Yamuna Swarup Mataji will be giving her transcendental words of wisdom. Her Grace Achla Bhakti Mataji will be reading the. No, Her Grace Shiti Gupta Mataji will be reading the Nam Amrit, followed by Prabhupada quote, followed by Prabhupada Leela Amrit. Thereafter, Her Grace Shiti Gupta Mataji will be reciting the shlokas. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam. Welcome everyone to Vani Amritvani program. Today, Her Grace Yamuna Swarup Mataji will be giving her transcendental words of wisdom. Bhakti and Shriti Gupta Mataji will be reading the Namamrit, followed by Prabhupada quote, followed by Prabhupada Leela Amrit. Thereafter, Her Grace Achla Bhakti Mataji will be reciting the shlokas. Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam. Welcome everyone.
Can I start?
Yes, please, start.
Start, Mataji.
Yes. Hare Krishna, Dandvat Pranam to all the Vaishnavas. February 18, 2006, Sri Nam Amrita, the nectar of the holy name. The chanting of Hare Krishna should be vigorously propagated all over the world because it gives tremendous benefit. The process of Krishna consciousness should be very vigorously propagated all over the world simply by seeing the deity or simply by joining in chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. People will derive tremendous benefit. If one performs kirtana chanting, one will be able to think of Krishna. One may think, I danced for 2 hours and chanted Hare Krishna. What is the meaning of this? This is smarana, thinking of Krishna. One may even think, I foolishly chanted Krishna Krishna for 2 hours, but that also is smarana, teachings of Kunti Maharani. Prabhupada quote, 18th February. In God's creation, there is male and female even in the spiritual world, and there is purpose for such creation. The purpose is so that male and female may join together, not for sex life, but to glorify the Lord. In Vaikuntha, the women are much more beautiful in their figure, smiling, dressing, etc. But the men and women there are so much attracted by the chanting of Hare Krishna that they do not get any sex impulse even by intimate mingling. Letter to Uddhava, February 18, 1969. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada Leelamrit. Although Abhay had no money for continuing back to Godhead, well-established part of his preaching was to write essays regardless of whether they were to be immediately published or not. He wrote a long essay, some 24,000 words, entitled Message of Godhead. He also wrote a series of chapters propounding the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, especially as they applied to world problems and science of devotion, a summary study of Rupa Goswami's Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. On May 16, 1953, Abhay held a grand opening celebration for the League of Devotees with continuous readings, kirtana and prasadam distribution from early morning until night. The buildings were decorated with leaves, flowers, and many earthen water pots. In the evening, when attendance was the greatest, Abhay lectured from the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita on Raj Guhya Yoga. Prabhakar Mishra conducted a fire sacrifice and several brahmanas chanted mantras from Brahma Samhita. Guests received a 16-page prospectus containing Abhay's essays on the need for the league and an excerpt from the chapter explaining its goals. It was signed Om Tat Sat. Abhay Charnabindo, Bhaktivedanta founder and secretary. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा, दंडवत प्रणाम। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय। भगवद गीता 18.28। अयुक्त प्राकृत स्तब्ध षठो नैष्कृतो लासः विषादी दीर्घ सूत्री च कर्ता तामस उच्यते। Translation: The worker who is always engaged in work against the injunctions of the scripture, who is materialistic, obstinate, cheating, and expert in insulting others, and who is lazy, always morose, and procrastinating, is said to be a worker in the mode of ignorance. Srimad Bhagavatam 4.16.3. श्रवसः पृथोर्हरे कलावतारस्य कथामृतादृतः यथोपदेशं मुनिभिः प्रचोदितः श्लाघ्यानि कर्माणि वयं वितन्महि. Translation. Although we are unable to glorify you adequately, we nonetheless have a transcendental taste for glorifying your activities. We shall try to glorify you according to the instructions received from authoritative sages and scholars. Whatever we speak, however, is always inadequate and very insignificant. Dear King, because you are a direct incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all your activities are liberal and even laudable. Chaitanya Charitamrit Madhya Leela 5.133. सेते गोपालेर कटाक केते स्थिति ए लागी साक्षी गोपाल नाम हाइला की ख्याति. Translation. Since then, Gopal has been situated in the city of Katak and he has been known ever since as Sakshi Gopal. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. श्री श्री राधा रास बिहारी की जय, श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण भक्त हनुमान की जय, श्री श्री गौर निताई की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, जोलीनस गोपाल कृष्ण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय. In today's Namamrit, we understand that when we are chanting, we are thinking of the Lord. That is all Smaranam. In the Navada Bhakti, the Smaranam is so important. As we do the chanting, it is already Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. So Vishnu Smaranam is in chanting also, and Vishnu Smaranam is whenever we read, whenever we do any activity of Krishna conscious, we are remembering the Lord. So automatically the Smaranam is happening. And that is so easy. And even when we see the deity, even when we think of Krishna, even when we go for darshan or when you hear the lecture, that is all Smaranam. Dancing for the Lord is also Smaranam. So when we are thinking of the Lord, automatically Kunti Mata is explaining that this is all Smaranam. So naturally, when a person is remembering the Lord, he is doing bhakti. And bhakti is an important anga of devotional service. Prabhupada's quote on 18th February is that he's talking about male and female here. In spiritual world also, Prabhupada is explaining that there is male and female. But they are not in the mode of passion. They are in the mode of pure goodness. They are thinking of the Lord. Whether they dance for the Lord or whether they do anything for the Lord, there is no thought of sex or any such thought which can impurify the chanting, the devotional service, anything. Whatever is going on, it is only for pleasing the Lord, whether it is dressing the Lord, whether it is beautifying the Lord, anything. It is all for the pleasure of the Lord. because we are not the owners or the enjoyers. The supreme enjoyer is Lord Shri Krishna. So they are doing the right thing. They are just simply pleasing the Lord. There is no impulse of any other relation. In Prabhupada Leelamrit, we understand that although Srila Prabhupada had no money for continuing back to Godhead, more important was that he always wrote something about the Lord. And here he's writing essays. And essays are so long that it is 24,000 words. And that long essay is entitled Message of Godhead. He also wrote a series of chapters propounding the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. So Prabhupada always said that one must keep reading the Bhagavad Gita, and that also according to the Sadhu and Shastra, hmm? Guru Sadhu Shastra. One has to glorify the Lord, one has to read the Bhagavad Gita and understand what Lord is saying. That is most important. And here it's also given that on May 16th, 1953, Prabhupada had a great opening celebration for the League of Devotees, which is so important point here. That the League of Devotees had begun, and all in that program there was continuous reading, continuous kirtan, and also prasad distribution was continuous. And from morning to night. So this all decoration of the buildings, decoration of by leaves, flowers, and pots, all this is showing that how much Prabhupada was engaged totally in Krishna consciousness. And he spoke then on the ninth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Rajguhya Yoga. It is so wonderfully explained here that even the yajna was done and several brahmanas chanting the mantras, and that mantras from the Brahma Samhita. And Prabhupada signed it as Om Tat Sat, and he wrote his name Abhay Charinam in the Bhakti Vedanta, founder and secretary. This is the beauty of Prabhupada's works. In the Bhagavad Gita, we understand that it is described about the mode of ignorance. Like we know about this sthiti of Kali Yuga, how the condition is prayana alpayushya sabhya kalavasmin yuge jana manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya hi upadritaha. So when we always talk about Kali Yuga, these thoughts come in our mind that people are so lazy, people are having no good fortune, people are always disturbed above all. All these things, they are showing about the mode of ignorance. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 4.16.3, Prithu Maharaj is being glorified. And here we understand that how it is said about Prithu Maharaj, that Lord Chaitanya, it is Prithu Maharaj is being glorified, and Lord Chaitanya also advises all his followers to go everywhere and preach the message of Lord Krishna. Since this message is essentially Bhagavad Gita, the preacher's duty is to study Bhagavad Gita as it is understood by disciplic succession. Similarly, if you glorify the Lord, it is not so adequate because the Lord is so great. That is why spreading about Lord's words is easier. And trying to understand what Lord has written or what Lord has said is more easy. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that one should speak to the general populace in accordance with one's predecessors, sadhu, guru, and shastra. These things are to be kept in mind that this is how we should speak. The simple process is easiest method by which one can glorify the Lord. Devotional service, however, is the real method. For by devotional service, one can satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead with just a few words. And we cannot satisfy the Lord without devotional service. Even though preachers of the Krishna conscious movement may try to do something to glorify the Lord, they can nonetheless go everywhere and request people to chant Hare Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is making so simple that just request people to chant. And that will beautify the cause. In Chaitanya Charitamrit, we understand that since like the time when this Gopal has been situated in the city of Kataka, we are talking about the Sakshi Gopal, and he is been known ever since as Sakshi Gopal. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai.